for it.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Discussing the Resilient podcast. This week we've got all three of us, another trio in the house, and we've got, I suppose, quite a bit to discuss. There's some new rules, chaos, potentially Death Guard in regards to one specific model that you can see in the thumbnail. Obviously, a bit of Eldar stuff, which is a bit of a boo, But yeah, it's a lot happening in the 40k world. Also, a Manchester list submission is this weekend. There's Manchester where me and Aiden are both based, so it's going to be a lot to talk about. But before we jump in, how are you guys getting on, Dave? How have things been since we saw you last week?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Been busy. I've rearranged the entire office, and now I've got I've put some lights in the cabinet and moved it over.
Wow!
I've
Death Guard having a disco.
Death Guard disco. Yeah, I'll make it. I'll make it all green for you in a minute. So I've done that, and then also I had to, as you can imagine, rearrange some space to accommodate some new friends. Yeah, so I've now accidentally got over 4,000 points of Iron Warriors.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
They just arrived at the door, didn't they, Dave? They
just turn up. There's some more packages. Apparently, my phone tells me are turning up tomorrow.
Don't you just hate it when an entire Warhammer army arrives painted on your doorstep? Isn't that the most inconvenient thing ever?
Funnily enough, that's what everyone at club said. They were like, I heard you're interested in it, but that was Tuesday. How have you got a 4,000 point army on Friday? So yeah, it was fun, but I actually got to go and play them. So I played Renegade Raiders at club on Friday against Emperor's Children, and I tabled them turn 3. Basically, I didn't fail a single Dark Pact first attempt every time. So my Death Guard dice stayed, and the number 7 came up way too much. All the way through the game, in every instance of models left, number of models killed, Dark Pacts, number of damage rolls. It was absolutely insane. So much so my opponent was like, I think Nurgle is approving of your decision.
Either that or he's warning you. He's saying if you don't go back to Death Guard, these 7s will disappear.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. And don't get me wrong, like
everybody gets one, Dave. Everybody gets one.
Yeah, all 7.
Yeah, all 7.
So yeah, it was really fun. So obviously I got to play with an army that had assault army wide and was suddenly like, oh, you're standing on an objective, extra AP please. And then the Lord Discordant is insane. Such a great model. I had Scout 6, move 14, and then you've got a flat 6 single CP advance, and then you can charge afterwards with another strat. And it does crazy amounts of damage, and Havocs in Rhinos is really fun too. So yeah, killed Demon Prince, 2 Rhinos, most of us got a Noise Marines turn 1 and didn't move out of my deployment zone or from the back of it, and then went on the aggression, killed Fulgrim, killed the other Demon Prince. Put Abaddon through the wall after the Nurglings move blocked him in his big ruin. Abaddon and co went through the wall straight into Lucius and precisioned. And then the rest of the army moved and advanced and shot everything else.
So how did it feel?
It
to
felt
play
weird.
For an army? Yeah, to go like fast.
The funniest bit was I was like, well, I'll just set up the game. I just set the table up. So I opened Tabletop Battles and I put DG versus EC.
Just
and
naturally.
Of course, and I totally automated it. So it felt very weird. I was very concerned about not having T7 anywhere. I was like, oh, good. I'm like, oh, good. So Abaddon is T5. What?
T5. I always thought. Well, I thought he was T6.
Yeah. He used to be T6 or 7, but they've turned him down to Terminator stat line now. For some reason.
So that was quite funny, and looking at their Terminators, being like, oh my god, these guys are pussies. It kind of. But the volume of shooting, the speed was the weirdest thing. Having lots of things that could move quick, and then the Dark Pacting to get going. Great, get lethals all sustained, and then I positioned stuff so I had a Hell Brute within 6 of things, multiple shooting units, and Abaddon. So I had Dark Pact, get lethal and sustained, and reroll all hits.
Yeah, that'll hurt.
It was stupid. I was like, this is ridiculous.
So I just like the chat is basically fun. Renaming you. We've got Demon Engine Dave, Dark Pack Dave, Double Agent Dave.
Good.
Dave is quite good, actually.
Yeah, it's quite.
Yeah. People at club called, I got called Turner Arbo at club. So yeah, I think, but I quite like Dark Pack Dave. That's quite funny.
Good. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have
Anyway.
to see once if we get some more Chaos Space Marine sort of rules, and then maybe we can decide if Chaos Space Marines are going to be officially rolled into the channel or not. But at the moment, you remain a heretic, Dave. You remain you remain in my bad books.
Well, I've got Iron Warriors content currently on my channel, on my YouTube channel. So it's not polluting over here yet. So we're in a good place as we stand at the moment.
Yeah, but if you do want to check out, Dave's little Iron Warriors channel that he's just kind of starting. I mean, it's not just Iron Warriors; it's just Death Guard Dave channel. But you do have a video up on your Iron Warriors, don't you? And it's just Death Guard Dave, isn't it? The channel, I believe.
Yes, I'm not changing that because that's what I am. So, but yes, the channel's got it's just search Death Guard Dave, and there is a Iron Warriors basic video of what I had, what I took, what I thought I was going to do with it, etc. So yeah, fun.
Good.
But that's what I've been up to anyway.
Before we do, out of interest, is there a Chaos Space Marines dedicated channel? I don't know if there is or there isn't, to be honest. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But
you know the weirdest thing was, Will, when I was thinking about this, I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a channel dedicated to every faction. There's fuck all. There is it's quite rare actually. You have a channel that's fully dedicated.
We've got Guard, we've got Blood Angels. There's us. There's Red Path.
There's Sisters. Necrons have got 2 actually.
Yeah, but that's a tiny percentage of the full factions, right?
Yeah, DSC have got one as well. That Floof runs one, doesn't he? But apparently it's not very regular. I'm trying to think. Yeah, okay, yeah, fair play. I thought there was a bit more. I thought most of the channels had
not for CSM, which is strange because CSM's quite a big faction as well. So
Aiden, how's driving?
One eventful first week of driving that is. I've had an oncoming traffic police chase that was horrifying. And I had to...
Aiden, why were they chasing you through oncoming traffic?
So yeah, that was a bit unfortunate because they were in the right lane and they were chasing the dude, and the dude, because there was traffic building up, just cut into the lane where I was coming, but obviously coming onto me. So I panicked and obviously just tried to pull to the side to get out of the way of them and the police cars. And I managed to get out of the way, but in doing so, managed to do a tiny nick on my alloy, which I'm really, really annoyed about. So because the curb nicked it, but it is what it is. I'm alive, I suppose. So that's the main thing. Alloys be damned. Even though I got home and I was so salty the entire night. But it is what it is. But yeah, no, driving's been good. I've been trying to put myself on motorways and stuff already to get used to. I went to Element Games. I've already done a trip to Element Games. Drove there and back. That was no issue. Although the motorway back, you join in the fast lane, which is very odd and scary. It's a little thingy, but no, it's good. Just again, the freedom, and hopefully I can get into more events, more play things, and even maybe start taking some recording equipment down because the world is a possibility now. So no, it's been good. And now finally I have time to get back to doing stuff like painting and hobbying rather than 24/7 driving lessons, which has been quite nice, to be honest. I've been trying to get some more work done on these Votan, but my God, given what we're about to talk about, I don't want to buy a Votan army and I'll trade you for a CSM.
We need Aiden to do word bearers.
Don't tempt me. Nat will actually murder me if I do that.
Tempt me, Frodo.
Don't tempt me. Speaking of supporting the channel, we have got the Cobble LMAO, who's not only become a Plague Marine himself or herself, I'm not going to judge, but also sent in 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much for the support legend. There. That is absolutely legendary. Well done, mate. Thank you. Just beware if you have
this week, shake.
That's fine. You know,
well, shake the cat.
So if you like Cobble, would like to support the channel, you can leave a like or a subscribe. As always, you can do that on Dave's channel as well. But on our channel, you can also become a member. Hi, not there yet, Dave. So you can become a member for as little as $2.99 a month. In doing so, you get lifetime access to our amazing Discord channel with one of the most active Death Guard communities I have ever seen. Always chats going on for every single detachment.
The most active.
Yes, the most active. So if you got gifted a membership, then you actually have just been gifted a membership for life to that Discord, so which is very, very awesome. So if you want to get in the Discord once you've become a member, go to our YouTube channel homepage. There'll be a See Perks button. Click that. You'll see a link to get in the Discord. Once you're in the Discord, go to your settings, connections, and link your YouTube to your Discord account, and the bots should do the rest. Any issues, just contact one of us. Thank you so much again. And Chuckanori also flexing his 15-month membership with the Crab Raid.
Yeah, Chuck.
So, but yeah, no, I'm excited, obviously, to sort of get back into playing again, because I've not been able to play for quite a bit, and it'd be nice to sort of have my free time back to sort of focus a bit more on playing and having getting back into Warhammer a little bit, because I had to obviously step back a little bit. There's Nat in the chat telling me she will kill me indeed. So I didn't see that
what
comment.
about if it's 1 in, 1 out? What if Votan out, CSM in? Then
Yeah,
it's the same.
does that work?
With CSM and Death Guard, a lot of the units do overlap if you go for a similar paint scheme.
Right.
You don't need to buy any rhinos. Don't need to buy any.
I took one of my Hellbrutes in the list I took to club. See?
I could do, what do you call it? I could do a combination of like, you know, the Purge CSM. They're Nurgly based. You know, there are things here.
Like
so you know there is. Yes, Johnny, there is also 40k dirtbags. I think he was CSM dedicated for a year, but he's not. He kind of picks a new faction every year to go for. So he's just not like going to be consistently on one faction. Like he's already moved on from Death Guard now, and he's
running Grey Knights at the moment, isn't he? He
that or Tower. I think I saw him running Tower as well.
He's running Tower at the moment. So yeah, he's a content creator, but I wouldn't call him a faction specialist. Yeah, like the channel focuses on 40k and a whole, and him sort of talking through the meta and how he's sort of like trying to break it with sort of weird and wacky ideas.
Yeah, Rug. I have seen that. Just talking about the Discord changes that got announced. I'm having to debate it. I will have to see what happens with that, because Discord is doing some stupid changes, which is very, very annoying. And we'll have to see if they commit to it or if they actually back down to the pressure, because I think it would be a very stupid move from them personally. But if that does happen, we will obviously discuss it and be open as always with you guys. But as of right now, we just don't have enough information, mate. But yeah, don't worry. I understand the concern a little bit. Right. So, but yeah, part of that. Will, what have you been up to? Anything interesting?
Just thinking about what to run at Manchester. Plain and simple. I tried a version of the list that was sort of discussed a while ago on the podcast with 2 Great and Clean ones and a Night Despoiler, and some other stuff to go with it. It was quite fun. It won both games quite convincingly.
Nice.
But I haven't tested it against the players I'd normally sort of rate lists against, in the sense of, like, there was the first player I played against has been doing really well recently, but it was an army he hadn't played for the first time, and the Despoiler in the first turn of shooting freaked him out to the point where he just went and hid his whole army. Where I think if he'd sort of like thought it through a bit more, like we talked it through while we're doing it, but he had a plan, but it kind of didn't really work out. I think it probably wouldn't have been as convincing a result. Like, he was basically so convinced that the Despoiler was going to look at anything in his army and just pick it up. Whereas it doesn't, is the reality. Like, it picked up a Doomsday Ark so convincingly easy the first time it shot, but then the second time it shot the Silent King, just killed the Menace and did 3 damage to Silent King, which is actually kind of average, to be honest. So like I say, it was an interesting one that I played. 1,000 Tons Army in a game. The guy, lovely fella, but he's sort of like newer to the sort of Stonehammer team, and like I said, I helped him a bit, but because of sort of time, and our club starts at 6 and it was my turn to be the organiser of the club, I didn't sort of spend as much time talking through his turns and things that we maybe could have done, so we just kind of let him make his own decisions, and that was a very convincing win. But again, 1,000 Suns being 1,000 Suns, I don't think it was executed to the standard of like maybe you would see at like a UKTC event. So I'm still unsure. I've got one more test game this week, and then I'll have a bit of a think. I might just take it because it was fun. It's definitely a bit different. Yeah, it's just that, or the sort of the equivalent of the French list again that I've been running. Maybe with some Blight Lords in, which I haven't run. I've got one more test game. I might try the Blight Lords just to put them on the table and see how they feel. But I think it does feel at the moment like it's going to be the Demons list. I played Spectacular Spike with it yesterday and did lose that game. We talked about it. I think if I'd have took the -1 OC Contagion, because he didn't kill anything, He just move blocked me and put more OC on points than I could. It just made it so I couldn't get to anywhere on the board. It was in teams. It would have been like a 12-8 loss, so it would have still been like respectable in that sense. But in a single sense, it's just been lost in it. So it would have, that won't be any good at Manchester. It's going to just be one or the other. So we'll see. So I think at the moment I'm going to go with it. I painted the great and clean ones in the summer and haven't put them on the board since then. So I feel like maybe it might be nicer to give them a run out and see how it does. It does certainly feel like it's probably better than the French Field and Victorian list that I was running. Albans list, with, as I say, with minor changes. Because I think that's a really good teams list. But again, a lot of the games I played, a lot of them were 10-10s. I won by 2 points, lost by 2 points. Whereas I think at singles, that 2 point either way is like, it's just going to make for some really tense drawn out games. It could end up being a 3-2, maybe a 4-1, but it could also be a 2-3. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of one of them where I don't know, it's solid, but I think the actual two Greater Demons list probably has a better chance of just getting clean wins. But we'll see. Like I say, one more game, but yeah. So I mean, Defilers then, because I talked about painting my 2 Great and Clean ones. So my current Defiler models are the old Plague Cult model, which if anyone's to go on eBay and see how much they go for, blew my mind when I saw the price today. Oh, they go for nuts models.
Yeah.
Really?
Have a look how much they go. I've got 3.
Yeah,
I got mine second hand. I strongly suspect they're recast. But even if you announce their recast, there must be ridiculous money going at them. So I'm a bit worried because I really like that model. That's my favourite 40k model ever. It reminds me of the old Doom 2, one of the bosses. I think it was. It's like a brain on some mine just reminds me of that. But I really like that model. I do worry, for my modelling sake, that the new model is going to be a smaller footprint to go on a smaller base. But I also hope that, because if it does, then it means they're playable. And then as much as I might have to either do some heavy conversions to move the legs in or just buy the new models, they will be very playable on a smaller base. Perhaps even to the point where every Death Guard list starts with 3. I mean, if they kept the same profile at 165 points on, like I say, a Venom Crawler's base, every Chaos Space Marine, any list can take it starts with 3 at their 165 points if they kept the same data sheet. But I don't think they're going to. So what should we do, guys? Do you think we should start by running through the current data sheet?
So, well, I'll put the Defiler on screen now, the new one, so we can all see the new Defiler. So this got announced literally, was it today or was it yesterday? It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yesterday, yeah.
And we have had confirmation from Warhammer themselves that this is going to be fieldable in all of the cult legions, and they'll have their own rules for it, so our rules probably won't be the same as on CSM.
One thing to say there, I don't think it's been confirmed that it's Emperor's Children. It's just been shown that
they have confirmed it. They have
confirmed it since.
Someone specifically asked about Emperor's Children because it's not in their book, whereas it is for the other 2. But they said no, EC will be getting access to the Defiler.
Oh, okay. Well, that's massive for them.
Yes, it is, because they are very lacking on obviously vehicles and demon engines in there. So
it looks amazing.
Guns.
I fucking love it. I think it looks sick.
I love it.
I am super hyped about the thing. I love I know it's like a lot more fleshy and less mechanical, but I think that kind of works for Death Guard. With obviously we have fleshy, on the back of our bloat drones and the Mythic Blight Hall. So having the flesh on it, I think, is actually going to tie it in better. We obviously know we're getting a head for every legion as well, so we will have like a Nurgle head option, which does look really cool. And obviously, it's the Defiler that we all know and love, but obviously changed to be more modern. But there are some changes that we have already been able to. Obviously, we don't have the rules, but we can obviously look at the model and instantly know that there are some differences. First question has been asked: do we know what the base size is? No.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the only problem.
If the base size and movement stay the same, it doesn't matter how good this model is. I think you will see precisely none. Is the sad reality. I think it's going to be like Fulgrim. It'll look beautiful. It'll have maybe some nice things on its data sheet, but it'll be unplayable. So I hope that it's on a new base. Looking at it, it looks like it might be. I think its low end looks a bit Venom Crawlery to me. So I hope that they maybe used the Venom Crawler as a sort of template and then built him upwards instead of outwards. But I am a bit worried about it.
I think he might be on a great unclaimed one base, but I mean, I'll take that over the 160 down to 130.
It's still better.
Yeah, it's still
I'd
better.
definitely take that.
100%. But I will be saying, even if it is 160 will, I am going to probably pick up 2 of these and force them into a list till I get it working.
Make it work.
I mean, it'll be great in Hammer. I think if you can move through walls on a great and clean one base, I think they'll be good in Hammer. It does talk about in the description, did you notice, about how they move through the battlefield at great speed or something like that, which implied to me they're going to move quicker than 8 inches as well.
Yeah,
I did get that impression.
Even if they're up to 10, that's a massive help for just getting through like buildings and whatnot. Especially like you say, it might make Hammer be a lot more interesting as a faction, because obviously move through walls. This giant blaze plate is going to be useful. They do look. I mean, the cool thing is them having the big base, and they are. Because they don't have the awful scourge anymore. That's the scourge and what's like held upwards and floating down.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a bit nice to just move around in general.
Most of
the model is contained within the circle. There's not really any hanging over bits. Maybe like the front claw, but even that actually I don't think overhangs that base.
Yeah, it's hanging down, so like nice and tidily.
Yeah,
but
which
the
is
the rules because it's a war.
Like
you can move just. Or is it monsters that do that? You can move just the base. I think it's monsters that do that, isn't it? Not walkers.
Yeah, but your line of sight can get drawn from anywhere and move blocks.
Oh right,
yeah.
So, I get what you mean. Like the blood
in a shooting model though, that might help anyone who's played against guards. The amount of times the tip of that turret pokes a millimetre past the wall and shoots all its guns. Maybe the scourge is going to be the weapon you want on it.
True, maybe. But what we also can figure out is that's interesting. That could be potentially faster. We can obviously see that there are. Multiple different weapon options on this thing. Obviously the different slides have showing off some of the different weapon options. I'll try and scroll through some of those bad boys now. I'm just going to quickly adjust the picture on screen because GW is really bad at censoring images. So I'm just going to fix that manually. There we go. So as we can see, so let's have a quick look at the helmets first. Because I think the helmets are awesome. It's all right. There we go.
Can I just assuage Chuck, because I think Chuck is losing his mind in chat that we're not being positive about it. So Chuck, we love this thing. Like, it is amazing. I'm super excited for it. I think it really does look like a demon that's been shoved into a vehicle and it's just all protruding, exploding out of it. The weapons look great. The heads are good. Particularly the Death Guard one, I think, looks really fantastic. So
it looks great. I mean,
to make sure you understand, we love it.
My comments about the plague hulk is because I already own 3. I would rather continue to use my plague hulks rather than go out and buy 3 models. But I think if they've done what we're hoping, they've squashed it in a bit, then I think the plague hulks probably, because their legs are the old Defiler legs, they're probably just going to become sort of serpent. But probably just buying 3. So I'm just mourning that I don't want to spend money. But I think that it looks. At first, I was a bit iffy on it because I was comparing my plague hulk, but compared to the current Defiler and the standalone, it is really good. The more I look at it, the more I like it. But the sad reality is the current size of base is more than 6 inches, and there's so many rules problems that if the base doesn't change, it probably will still be unplayable. But it does look like the base has probably changed. And even as Aiden said, if it goes to a slightly smaller, great and clean one base, it will still be good. It will just have restrictions of where it can and can't move on UK boards, like we're talking UK TC boards. So if you're in America on GW terrain, a lot of this stuff might not be applicable.
So one thing I'll also throw in here, and the biggest problem, the massive problem with 160mm bases is not only is it obviously hard to be around, but it also can't play from board set edges on reserves because it's larger than the 6 inches that you get to come in from the board edge. It can come in from a board edge, but because it's larger than 6 inches, there's a rule that states it's not allowed to do anything for that turn. It can't shoot, can't charge, can't do anything. If it's 130, you can at least come in, try a charge, and at least shoot stuff from a board edge.
Do some shooting.
Right, you could rapid ingress it, then move it up. But
another huge problem with what Aiden's pointing out, that basically being 6 inches. There's so many times you're trapped in combat, even on a desperate escape, because you physically can't get an inch away to fall back. Like, let's say like you ringed by some Terminators. Doesn't matter what Terminators, their base is bigger than an inch, or even probably just a standard Space Marine. You can't fall back with your movement and base size to be more than an inch. You're basically a drop pod. You're stuck in that combat until you're dead, or they're dead. Like, there's so many problems with that base size in an 8-inch move that the model, outside of even what Aiden's saying, like the core rules thing about bringing in from reserves and moving it through cracks, it's just almost unplayable in so many situations. It's a sad reality, and I think that reflects in the fact it's 165 points at the moment. So we'll probably also see a points increase.
Oh yeah, if we get the I think the base size should come down. 160 is massive. I'm hoping we get to 130. If we get anything lower than that, I'll be buzzing. But what we can also tell from the model is that, one, we not only have new gun options, but two, there is also just extra guns on the thing. So I mean, it has nipple guns. It has 2 nipple guns, which I actually missed upon first looking at it. But it does have 2 of them, which is pretty cool to see. What they're going to be, I don't know. I can't see them looking like
heavy stubbers.
It could be stubbers.
They're going to be heavy stubbers.
It could be like a multi-laser. I mean, it looks like there's 2 variants. If you look at the Iron Warriors one here, it looks like there is a bit of a difference in the variant of the nipple gun. So we could see maybe like little flamers and whatnot. But it does like some form of like either like just stubbers or like again like a multi laser. But at the same point, it's more shots, which again in Death Guard actually adds up with the -1 save and the -1 toughness. Really good for just killing chaff things. We can see on this first picture here, we do have the traditional twin linked flamer. I'm hoping this gets a profile increase. Given the size of it, I'm hoping it's not just a twin linked heavy flamer, and it does become something like more akin to like what you see on like the side of a Land Raider, for example, where it's like a damage 2 flamer. If it was like again strength 7, AP 1, 2 damage, or 722, literally, or 622, literally steal the Redeemer's flamer, I'd be buzzing at that. Because again, then we obviously get to AP3, it ignores cover natively. That's actually pretty cool at that point. If it was like D6 plus 3 shots as well, that would be an interesting sort of like assault piece if that thing's, moving up. Also a really nice Overwatch threat there with all the other guns inside. So I'm hoping, we obviously can see there is some form of flamer, but I do hope maybe that is a bit up-tuned from what we normally get, which would be really cool. The chest weapon, we got a separate
plasma cannon.
Yeah, so that looks like a Forge Fiend ectoplasma cannon to me.
Yeah. If it's that or the classic.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if it's the classic, because that's an ectoplasma cannon. It looks definitely like one. So that's going to be a damage 3 D3 shot blast plasma gun probably.
D3 shot,
but they're strength 10, I believe, ectoplasma cannons, which is really nice.
They are.
So that's actually a good gun. But then this here, that doesn't look like a battle cannon to me. That looks like a demolisher cannon. Now,
I think it's just a stubby down one though. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just a third one.
I think it's a demolisher.
I mean,
I think that's where we're getting into wishful thinking territory.
Maybe,
I'd like it to be a demolisher, but a demolisher cannon plus 2 sponsoring guns plus combat. We're approaching this thing needing to cost like 300 points if that's the case.
I don't know. We've seen a Rep X these days.
But considering a demolisher is 195 points for just one gun and a bolter with a T11 2-up save.
They get oafs, Will. They get oafs. They get oafs. I am probably on Wish Street here, but if that,
I think it's a battle cannon.
It probably is, but if that does end up becoming a demolisher cannon, and also really interesting from this picture here, the twin las cannon, that is not a normal build variant. You can't make twin las cannon. So we actually looks like we're getting much more viable options for a Dakar Defiler. Now, we've always said in our channel, the Defiler actually functions better as like a battle tank that can defend itself in melee rather than someone trying to rush forward. And I think this kind of like maybe doubles down on that idea, because these could just be normal las cannons. They could just be 1 shot each with twin linked, or they could go 2 shots each. And in a dream world, we get two shots each twin linked. That would be amazing. Caladius Grav Tank gets it. But like, that's actually, if that's that and maybe a demolisher / battle cannon, and it's got the nipple guns, that's actually a pretty good shooting platform. Like, I don't dislike that.
It does say in the wording, like, as well, above the stabby, choppy part, the beast's flesh metal torso carries an arsenal of missiles and cannons to rival a battle tank. So, like, maybe it's going to be a bit more expensive, but it is going to be, we'll actually have a tank.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's. I'm definitely curious. I'm a skeptic on the battle cannon. So no, the Defiler cannon. I'm a skeptic on that, but I think everything else is legit. I mean, I think with an Emperor's Children hat on, I think that double las cannon one could be game changing for that specific faction.
Well, they have assault as well. Oh yeah, and then again, to bring back to Hammer,
they have no long range guns past 10. So specifically for them, that could be like the build. But for us, there could be multiple options really. But I'm very, very, very keen to see more of it. I think. I mean, it makes me think that Hammer's probably going to come back.
So I think in Hammer, with the ability to assault as well and move through walls, like assault on these things is going to be again if you get a 10-inch move as well, potentially moving up to 16 and shooting these things is pretty damn good. But one thing I'm interested in is also these in a pair. Like now having like the 2 las cannon potential and the cannon in the middle, like stripping cover plus the AP, you're looking at potentially getting AP4 ignore cover las cannons on the second Defiler to shoot, which is like actually pretty spicy, especially if it's twin linked. You throw in a Lord of Virulence, like you got to bear in mind as well, if they're not twin linked, and this is the interesting, if they're not twin linked and they are just end up being 2 shots each, which I probably would prefer, you can now stick a Tendril Submissions Lord of Virulence next to it and get reroll ones to wound.
Yeah, reroll ones, yeah.
Yeah. So the Lord of Virulence, I think, is also why it works well in Hammer, because there's going to be so many. We know that there's going to be a battle cannon in there somewhere if you choose to take it, and that enhancement to make him alone up, walking around behind this guy, is going to be so much better because you don't have to attach him to Blight Lords, and you can still, bring a Blight Lord squad with maybe a Lord of Virulence in there as well, or put two in, like as I was running at the start of the edition when I was running my Hammer list. Because when I had the 2 Defilers, the 2 was so good. It was basically just double oath with 2 Defilers and 3 heavy bloat drones. So going back to that or something like that would be really strong, I think. Especially if Defiler can move better, and you can maybe also like engage it in combat a bit easier.
Yeah, because the thing is, the problem that Hammer has right now is basically being ran down a lot of the time because your Avengers are, again, the PBCs are so expensive, you can't really take them and defend yourselves. But like if a Defiler can take the role of the PBC, obviously not the indirect, but they're sort of like the main battle tank putting out the fire down range, it does have the capacity to defend itself. Like again, these things are scary in close combat. You don't give up your claws for those extra guns on top. So I mean, I'm really excited. Very quickly, Derpa, thank you very much for the $9.99 super chat. Who says vomit crab vomit? Hell yes, I'm on the crab hype as well. And Roly Poly Esquire with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations to those people who just got a gifted membership. You guys make sure you say thank you to Mr. Roly Poly there. I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you so much, mate. Really helps keep the channel going. But also, we're not even done yet on the weapon options. So again, I'm already super excited about this variant. Also, I'm not gonna lie, Dave. Iron Warrior's colours look fucking sick on this thing.
It looks
so cool. I think it's even got an Iron Warrior head. That means there's so many heads in this kit. But yeah, going back to this one. So we do see so I think this might get changed as well because there is no way that's going to be a Reaper autocannon as we know it. There's no way they're going to slap a 4-shot, 1 damage autocannon on that thing at that size.
Isn't it a Defiler autocannon? Does it not have its
At the moment, it's just a Reaper autocannon. I'll check it, but I'm pretty sure it's just a...
No, I think it is. I think you're right.
It's the same autocannon a Blight Lord Terminator carries, despite being like twice the size. So... I'm hoping this maybe just becomes a twin-linked autocannon. Maybe like the Predator gun, but without the rapid fire, so 4 shots, flat damage 3. That would be nice, because again, I don't know if these guns are dual-wieldable, because you could then go like a Dakar filer, have like 2 autocannons plus the battle cannon. Like, that's a lot of damage 3, if that's the case.
So much shooting, on top of everything else it shoots.
Let's have a look at Defiler.
Range weapons. It's a Reaper autocannon.
Yeah, it's literally just a Reaper autocannon. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's 711. So I'm hoping this goes to like 913 and 4 shots. I don't think it needs rapid fire or like a Predator, because then at what point do you start even bother looking at Predators anymore if you can just take 2 of these things?
I suspect you're probably going to want double last cannon on it from what we've seen. But is there not like a gun though that like has a weird look that doesn't look like anything that we've got at the moment? Is it not like a grav looking gun or something?
So we've got a missile pod, looks like. So again, that'll probably be like that'll probably just gonna be like your Mephetic Blight Hall stat line. I do hope it has 2 rocket shots though, like the ballistas. Given the size of the thing, I've always hated the fact that the Mephetic Blight Holes just get 1 rocket, but they are a lot smaller, so if this thing at least fires 2 of the crack missiles, I'll feel a bit better.
That would be good.
Which, again, would be nice. We've seen the Flamer as well, and then we also have, in the original image up here, we do have the, I imagine, the reimagined Power Scourge, so it looks like we're not losing the Power Scourge either, which is quite nice, because I think at the moment that's just extra attacks, I believe, isn't it?
It's 3 extra attacks, yeah.
It's just three extra attacks, strength 12, AP 1, 2.
So for me, personally, I I don't know what I'd prefer if they went either way with this. So the extra attack is always nice, but what would you rather have, Will? So let's say you have 5 claw attacks, yeah? And you could take a power scourge, and the power scourge no longer gives extra attacks, so you have to choose between the scourge or the claws, but the scourge is like 15 attacks at damage 2. It's just like an absolute sweeper.
You take the scourge. If it's 15 attacks and damage 2, you're always going to take the scourge. But I mean, realistically, it's more likely going to be a profile 8 attacks at damage 1, or maybe it's a smash attack. Where
Well, the damage 2 at the moment, the scourge. 3. So I just wonder, like, would you rather have it be extra attacks with a low amount, like 3 extra attacks, or would you rather it be a second option to pick from?
Extra attacks.
Would you rather the extra attacks?
Yeah,
fair play.
Okay.
I think if it's going to be like. I think if it's going to be a standalone weapon, it'd be more like, say, like the carnivore, like a knight's claw or like the knight's chain weapon. I think it'll be like that kind of profile where it's 4 really high quality shots and then like 8 sort of like 1 damage sweeps is what I would guess. So I think you probably want the 3 extra attacks because you get the 5 attacks from the claws, which might become 4, but then 4, 5, 6, 7. It means you can tangle with like 5-man marines and Terminator squads and be a bit more meaningful in your attacks. I found.
That's fair. That is fair. Another 5 gifted memberships from Mr. Roly Poly Esquire. He's trying really hard to catch Roland here.
He's trying.
I have said, Roland, listen to me now. If you are here at the end, because I've seen you a million times, you never seem to get a gifted membership, just leave a comment on the video and I will just message you a membership. I think you've earned it at this point, so just let us know. I'll sort you out with one, but just leave a comment so I know what person to contact. But I appreciate Roly Poly trying his absolute best to get more Plague Marines into the following, and thank you so much again, mate. Byron also coming in with $10 super chat, being pretty much confirmed that some of the some form of Wargear points is coming back in 11th, makes this way more fun paying for what you want in it rather than just having to take the best weapons. I mean, if that I'd love to know where that you've got that from. I would be happy with that. I think Wargear points don't have to come back in the full like they used to be, but I think there needs to be some distinction between certain weapons because sometimes there are just a weapon that is so much superior. And it doesn't have to be like crazy things like, oh, if you're going to take this stubby, you need 5 points, you're going to take this plasma. Just say, hey, if you're going to take the vastly superior gun, it's plus 10 points. That's it. That's all it has to be.
Yeah, okay. So what you're saying is, so say like the Blight Lords, the Bolter, and I don't know, like maybe because actually the Blight Lord's Flame is pretty naff in it. One of them is the one that you take when you take Lord's Velthy. So that and the Bolters are the same price, but then when you add the Blight Launch or the Reaper Autocannon, that's where you pay the additional points cost or something. Sort of,
but I don't think you'd have to pick it like that. I think it could just be like, hey, if you take special weapons of any form plus 10, you don't have to be say Blight Launcher 5, Flame of 5. Just hey, special weapons 10 extra. You want to run bare bones, 10 less. Like, just things like that. Okay. I don't want to make list building go back to what it was. I enjoyed it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. But again, that's why I think just having something like, let's say, the Las Cannon build, a twin Las Cannon build Defiler becomes absolutely bonkers good, better than Melee Defiler. You just say, hey, if you want to put on 2 Las Cannons on here, it's plus 15 points over the normal Defiler. That's all it has to be.
There's an interesting view on it, which is GW when 10th edition is going to be our try and get in post-COVID, like, and the swell that came with it, as many people in by trying to simplify the game. And then perhaps we go, we've got this huge swell of new players in, people have come in from the video games, all our people from 9th, and before are here. The tournament scenes are doing bigger globally. Now we'll go back to making the game a bit more, slightly more complex again.
Yeah, but I mean, it's complex enough. From a cycle perspective,
yeah, I know. Well, I always joked that it was like, simplified, not simple, right?
Yeah, people need to go back and look at second edition
not complex.
This game is.
Yeah.
Like when you killed a tank, you had to roll on the chart and see what it did, and if you just blew a track off and you didn't actually do anything other than just make it move in circles, like that was an actual thing. And armor things had different toughness depending on which angle you were shooting at vehicles, toughness side, back and front. So yeah, I think maybe some of the granular points will come back. I don't know if I want them to at this point, but I think what Aiden suggested, like a happy middle ground, would definitely be something to consider.
Yeah,
Because it would certainly
only
make
for
them.
models that are like the Wraith Knight, for example, where the sword and board one was like trash unplayable, yet the double gun one was oppressive. It doesn't even have to be on every unit, just units where it's very, very clear that this option is far superior to that option. That's all it has to be. I don't think it had to go any further than that. So, but I am very excited for this file, because not only because it's like we haven't really had a new model for a while. We've had characters, but and I know it's not really a new model. Like, we do have a Defiler, but I have a feeling that the rules are going to get reworked for it. I don't think the rules are going to be the same.
Oh, they're definitely getting new rules, yeah.
Yeah, because we need to anyway for the weapon profiles. If it still strips cover, though, that is still a good rule. Like, I wouldn't be upset at that.
That would be good.
Especially with the
I
nipple
think it
guns.
might lose some toughness.
I don't know. I think ours being T11's like just again like the norm for us, just be one toughness higher. But again, if it does lose, it's like T11 to T10 is not the biggest deal in the world. Like if it was 12 down to like 11, that's a big break point there. But 11 to 10 is not too bad. But I think the actual strip cover rule could get a bit better with the nipple guns on there, because again, now you can like again put 2 las cannons plus the battle cannon or demolish, whatever the fuck it is, into what you want, fire off 1 nipple gun. Yeah, because at the moment I think you can put a bolter on it, but you can't take the Havoc. The Havoc launcher takes a full arm slot for some reason. So you have like 2 bolter shots to try and like afflict something for that, whereas having the actual nipple shots would be good. But I mean,
that's so good.
So this is proof to me that models can just sell on look. I don't care if this thing is on a 160mm base. I don't care if it has a rule that says it can't walk through any building that is more than 1 inch high. I will force this into my list. I'm going to get 2 of them. And I just want to see this picture right now of the Iron Warriors one with a double las cannon and battle cannon. I want 2 of these with the Death Guard head on it in green, being my backline firing support. And like, hell, I'm even thinking like, what if we then put 3 carnivores in this, and then we just have like 3 flesh modules, just have a tide of iron, just like I could literally go Iron Warriors Death Guard, just a tide of iron running people down, maybe a plague bus in there. Like I'm so excited to get a big robot in my army, because like I like the idea of Chaos Knights big robots, but I've never liked Chaos Knights actually look cool because of the backwards leg design, but I've never liked Imperial Knights because I don't really like how they look that much. This to me is far cool. This scuttling demonic engine with like half fleshy bit. I could gush all day. I'm so hyped.
The other thing I'm really excited for this.
Just very quickly, 2 more gifted memberships one from Lazy Chicken and one from Harvey. Thank you again so much for that was so much support tonight. You guys are absolute legends. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Again, if you got gifted one, then make sure to say thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Dave.
No, all I was going to say was, and I said this when some of the new Ultramarine stuff came out a while ago, is I was hoping that this was indicative of like maybe GW upping the mold game and the like generally across things. But if this thing is a reimagining of the stuff to come, the tabletop is going to look sick in a year.
So I've said for a while that Age of Sigmar has pretty hard trounced on GW on 40k in terms of model design. Yeah. This is the first thing I've seen. Actually, a lot of the cases, the mutilators I even like. I really like the mutilators. They look really good.
Yeah, they did.
But this is like on par to me with like the AOS monster stuff that's coming out.
This is also quite horror.
Yeah, this is a kind of model that gets me excited to play.
It's proper grimdark horror. This is cool.
Yeah, it's flesh, it's steel, it's fused together. It look again.
The claws look really, really sharp. Like it's like, you know what I mean. Like everything looks like it really would do damage.
Also posable. You can see this one's got the claw up and open, whereas here it is down and closed. So we have some posability in here. Love to see it, GW. Love to see it. I mean,
yeah, it's good. It looks a bit like one of the Skaven models. I think they might have taken some inspiration from its body shape.
Good shout. Yeah.
You know, is it the Pit Fiend or something? Like, yeah. I'm sure people can go on and see the one I mean. When you see it, it's obvious which one I'm talking about. Which might also open up some cool conversion ideas for people who are on the kit bashing train. Maybe there's ways to make some particularly Death Guard looking ones using that kind of Skaven kit kind of smashed in.
There's so many extras on this kit as well. There's like 7 head options. If you look at the torso, like in like where its crotch area is, there's different options for that. Like this has got a staggered plate design. This has got a bit of chainmail on it. The torsos have different torso design. You got this one with like the Chaos Star on it. This one's got the more traditional spiked out front. This one has like a rack, kind of like similar to what our bloat drones and stuff have on the top as well. This one doesn't have it.
Have got different armored pits on them.
Yeah, there's so much like there's gonna be so many spare bits in here. Like this is gonna be such an awesome. Looks like I think it has a tail as well. By the way, it definitely has a tail. Which is
it?
Yeah, it has a tail. If you look just on this one here, it's like a little bit of a. I think it's a tail anyway. Like a little
Okay.
one. But man, I mean, imagine if Dark Mechanicus ever becomes like an actual faction. This is the stuff we've already seen. Like, good lord, I don't think I'd be able to resist on that one.
That's got to be the big reveal, hasn't it, for 11th?
So, Lazy Chicken constantly thinks it looks like the Monsters Inc. What's the bad guy from Monsters Inc? That guy,
does a bit, yeah,
Henry J.
Watergoose.
Watergoose. Let me just fucking do it for the stream. That guy. She's always said it looks like him. So,
It
you
does.
know, I'll sacrifice 1,000,000 Imperials before I let this planet die. So, yeah, I mean, it's not much else I can really say about this thing other than, like, I don't care about its rules. I'm already buying the damn thing because it just looks so cool.
Yeah.
But obviously, we will be dissecting when we get its full rules and trying to obviously figure out the best combos to use. It has got me slightly excited to play Hammer, which is a phrase I don't think I'd be saying anytime soon, which is, I'm sure, a relief to some people.
How much? Has anyone got the? Actually, I can do this. How much is a Rogel Dawn? I have a feeling that this kit, because I'm guessing it's going to be a similar size. I feel like that'll give an indication of how much this might cost as well, because that's the only other thing that we haven't really sort of covered.
What points wise?
No, like money wise.
Oh, like, oof, no.
Like, will it be like a knight or will it be like a Rogel Dawn?
I
Like,
think
will it
it's
be like
gonna
100 quid each?
I think it's
or
going to
will
be like
it
80 quid or something like that. It's not going to be a cheap
be like
kit.
80?
I reckon so.
Yeah, Rogel Dawn's like 50. I'm just thinking of stuff that's like a similar sort of silhouette. But
Rogel Dawn Battle Tank, 63 quid on GW.
Okay,
so
that's
yeah,
actually cheaper than I thought.
55.
So maybe we get for 7. Maybe we get for 70. I mean, I'll be happy regardless. But I just want to see this. I just want to see this.
either going to be like that or a Greater Demon cost, I think. One or the other. It's just going to be somewhere between the two.
A current Defiler costs 55 quid.
It's a very old kit, though, isn't it? But yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying this one won't be more.
I've
but
got to sell
to put
the
us
old
in
one.
the
I've still got
ballpark.
behind me.
How much is a Bloodthirster?
Bloodfist is 100, I think. All the Great Demons like 100. Bloodfist might be cheaper than the others.
105.
Bloody hell.
Okay, so it could be could be like £100. If they're £100 each, I mean, it's. I mean, I'll definitely get at least one. Like I say, it just comes back to my loving the.
GW just got all of us by the scruff of the neck, and they were like, "You're like, it's 100 quid. Oh, even if it is, I'm going to buy 2."
I know. Well, this is why I don't want to repurpose my player code, because I'd like to use them rather than go and spend 300 quid. But it is what it is, isn't it?
People saying that it's 110mm base and they'll die on this hill. Hey, if you die on that hill and then it comes out
110mm base, I'm buying 3
I
of
think
them.
it might be the same size as a Venom Crawler. Like, there's bits
Venom
about
Crawler's
its lower
dinky.
bottom that remind me of the similar to the Venom Crawler.
I won't be a Venom Crawler.
No,
That's
Venom Crawlers have got quite a big base.
They're dinky.
Uh,
They're like thingy. They're like Demon Prince spaces, maybe slightly bigger. Only dinky little
No,
Venom Crawlers.
they're bigger than what do you call it?
So, Great Unclean One base,
Yeah, no, I won't be
Venom
that.
Crawler base.
Maybe somewhere between,
fair.
hopefully. But I mean,
That's a War Dog. That's a Venom Crawler.
Isn't the Venom Crawler meant to be on the same one as a Wardog,
No.
a bit bigger?
no, Venom Crawlers are dinky.
Okay, I think it's going to be at least at a. I'll say maybe it's like a mini night base. Maybe it's a Great and Clean one there. Maybe
It's actually no, the same size as the War Dog. So no, it is. They just weirdly on the camera they look smaller.
See,
it's the same size base.
Broccoli Gaming in chat gets it. It could be a 200mm base, and I'm still buying 6. Yes, Broccoli. Yes, I agree.
That's correct. That's the attitude.
I do wonder if they're gonna. I think they're gonna change the datasheet rule as well. I have to say, because I think it's gonna get a datasheet rule for each faction. Because at the moment I think it's different,
Yes,
and
it
I
is.
wonder if the datasheet rule is gonna be it ignores terrain. I'm wondering if that's. I'd like that to be the case.
I think
If it ignores it completely, I'd definitely take that as strips cover as a fair swap.
if it gains that rule, it will be that rule in addition to something. It'll be like Knights. It'll be Super Heavy Walker, or like the version of it gets. Plus, it'll have a rule on top of that. Most things these days if they're unplayably like that. Like Fulgrim even gets these other rules in addition to the move over 4-inch ruins. But hopefully GW have learnt that 4-inch ruins are a myth and don't exist. Everyone is 4.1
why are they obsessed with 4-inch
I
ruins?
don't
It's
know.
like,
The mystical
do they
4
actually
inches.
play the game themselves, or?
Look, I have no idea. I have no idea why they think 4-inch.
Like, if they make it 6-inch ruins, that would make sense at least, because then at least you can move over some things. But like, where does this 4-inch come from? Like, it's such a random number.
That would be interesting. If this thing comes out and it's actually like a 130 mil and it's actually like, what would you do if this thing comes out and it actually ends up being like 300 and some points, but it's like a knight stat line?
I mean, when I said about the toughness, I did then question, well, actually, I could see it also being T12. So I don't know.
I mean, I personally wouldn't want
depends,
that. I don't want it to be knight stat. I want to be able to run multiple. But like again, if it does end up being like a super heavy for us, like I'm not going to be like super upset.
I don't think it's going to be super heavy because of the Lord of Skulls. I feel like the Lord of Skulls has kind of got that for sort of CSM already.
Yeah, I will say though, if this ends up having like the twin las cannon, if these if there's a dream world where these twin las cannons are 2 shots twin linked, and they obviously get that cannon in the front as well, I'm not gonna lie, Morty shootback actually seems real fucking scary stood next to these things. Imagine you shoot it with like a Rep X and you bounce one of the laser destroyers, take some damage and live, and then you just get to shoot the entire Defiler back at it with like 4 las cannon shots. Like, that'd be pretty sick. That'd actually be pretty sick.
The only problem is that everything that's got 2 las cannons on it, like the Annihilator, is 1 shot and it's twin linked.
So my hope, Dave,
fine,
Ballistus Dreadnought is my hope.
Oh, I mean,
it has 2 shots.
1 shot each, right?
Yeah. That would be good if it was 1 shot each on the ballistas, like a ballistas, yeah.
If it was 2 shots per gun, we get 4 shots. I would happily
really
lose twin links for 4 shots because again we can get the real ones from like tendril submissions, stuff like that, which should be
reroll ones to hit.
Yes, reroll ones to hit, reroll ones to wound. That's a nice little aura to have around it. Again, have Morty nearby. You can fire back when you get shot at. There's tons of things that make me excited to give this try. You won't be able to deep strike it. You can bring it in from reserves though, which would be again nice. Again, this thing could get -1 damage in VV as well, which is pretty nice to have. There's tons of like, it's got me thinking a bit differently because
Data sheet.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see the data sheet. I'm really hoping they do something interesting and exciting with it. But man, please let it hit hard. I want to see Defilers be scary. Like, it is the biggest demon engine for a reason. I want it to be scary. I want a Mauler fiend to look at this thing's claws and be like, I wish I was you. I think it'll keep the D6 damage claws, though. I think it will keep the last cannon claws.
I think the claws will probably just stay the same, I think.
Yeah, D6 plus 1, aren't they? The last cannon stat line, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Hitting on 3. Strength 14, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I would love to see that. But that's the thing as well, like, it's really good for tank shock in Defiler, because it's T11 at the moment. Like, that's one of the best.
16, AP3, D6 plus 1.
You tank shock it, and then you get to, like, then swing with your claws. There's a lot of things that I'm excited to see. But it's the fact that we have like actual viable potential anyway. Shooting Defiler, like it was already pretty good at shooting, but like double gun plus chest gun.
Having like you said, a mobile scuttling like gun platform, like to be able to kind of just support the rest of the army would be so nice.
Oh man. Yeah. So here's a picture of Guardsman next to it. So Guardsman next to it. It's quite a big model.
It's big, but I don't think it's. I think the armors give it away as not being the knight stat line, because if it was like a knight stat line, it would have way bigger guns. Like, do you know what I mean? If you think about the guns a knight carries, big knight, I mean, not a mini one. I think it might be about a similar height. Maybe he's a little bit bigger than an Armiger, but obviously a lot more chunky and girthy.
Yeah, I mean, and the cool thing is, hopefully by the time these come out, Catan meta, because they need a nerf. Like, again, the stats don't lie. I've been keeping up with the numbers of Catan. Even though I've been playing, I obviously keep up to date with stuff. And I think the Catan Necrons are currently on like a 67% win rate. That's not okay. That is really not okay.
Oh, what was that stat that I shared in our chat?
And loads of people jump back to them.
They have a 10% representation at the moment. 10%.
Yeah. You can 3 deep in the army for like a tenner.
Yeah, you can. That's the thing. You can just literally do it. So I'm hoping that will get addressed just like the Victor's Guide. Because at the moment, obviously, people are gearing to kill
There's a
Catan.
balance.
Yeah, if people are gearing to kill Catan, obviously bringing big scary robots like this is probably not going to end well because you're just going to get absolutely murked. But my hope is that these come out just as nerfs come in, so then people start pivoting away from the big scary anti-tank, and then it's the Defiler's time to like absolutely come in and be like, hey.
So I found that stat, by the way, so we're talking about Catan. Remember, I shared in our chat. So this is from Stats Check, from the actual stats. This is from their last Tuesday's episode. I even start at 41 minutes into the episode. Catan have an 89% win rate into Virulent Vectorum. Backing up what we said, that Virulent Vectorum is not the best attachment to face Catan with, but 89% is...
It's a joke. There is genuinely some detachments that can't deal with it. Like, they just physically can't deal with it. Like, it needs fixing. I'm really hoping it gets fixed. It probably will. Like, you're even fairly okay with balancing and reacting to things. But it's getting to the point now where, I just keep up with this weekly one where you just compile all the stats and 10% representation. Like, don't worry, they're not winning. They're not winning tons of events. But just because you're not winning events doesn't mean your army's okay. Like, it just means, like, you're basically either getting carried by your army and then you're coming across a player that just outplays you, or the army just struggles to seal the deal against some of the other top armies.
It's the ultimate 4-1 faction at the moment, isn't it?
100%.
As Mr. QC in the Stonehammer chat keeps reminding us, they're not as broken as everyone says. And he makes some valid points in the sense of, like, if you're another top player, you can win by playing around them, using UOC smartly and blah, 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 blah. But, like, it's also very hard for some armies to do that. You know, not all armies are quick. Not all armies have fast OC. Not all armies have big, high damage shots. Like, it's, you know, not all armies can play a stat checky game with them. Although, obviously, you know, we do have a couple of builds. You know, the one I taught at the start, maybe it does play okay into Catan. But, you know, the only army that seems to actually have a good, solid game with them that I can tell is Ultramarines.
Yeah.
So yeah, which is, you know, it's sad when it's like one S tier army versus another S tier army and everyone else is like scrabbling around below trying to like pick up the scraps.
Just going. I don't not paired into them and let them two fight it out.
Yeah, but I Catan, I know it's a bit of a subject. I don't think the data sheets are broken. I think they're undercosted. I think they need to each just go up 50 points each, and then you just price so you either just turn it with literally 4 Catan and no chaff, or you take less Catan and have a more balanced army.
Yeah,
I think
you are right. They have Primarch stat lines, but they're costed like cheap knights. Why?
Yeah, imagine if you could take 3 Mortys and pay like 320 for each one. Yeah, every Death Guard list would start with like 3 Mortys.
Even remove Morty's like Primarch ability off it, it would still be broken. Like if he just had his mortal wound aura, his stat line.
Oh, you've got to add -1 damage.
Add -1 damage.
Move.
Yeah. Like just float around and be a pain in the ass. Like, yeah. So they will get fixed. So I'm hoping at that point we will see the game pivot away from trying to kill Catan, because obviously you don't need to as much anymore.
I hope Defilers have -1 damage, T11, 3+ save, 4+ invuln, 5+ fear no pain, and it costed it 320 points just after the Necrons get a nerf, just so I can play 1 or 2 specific Necron players and then send their text back at them.
That'd be amazing.
So yeah, the people who that's targeting that know who I'm talking about. So yeah,
I love it. That'd be amazing. But yeah, so I think we've covered most things on the Defiler we can until we actually see some stat lines. But fantastic model, super excited to get it in our Death Guard armies, and it genuinely got me excited to play Hammer, which is something I thought I'd never say. Good lord, I might even enjoy it for once. But we'll have to see.
No.
But the only sad bit is it's not out in time for Manchester. Why can't it just be released right now? That would be the best thing they could do, is to release it right now.
Lend you a Defiler here, and you can just put some practice in with the current modelling, current rules.
I wish. But yeah, to be honest, it's nice to have a happy stream. Nice to have a happy hype stream where we're getting a new little toy. So
sounds good.
Flyfest giving 10 gifting memberships.
What a mad lad! A mad lad! Thank you so much, Flyfish. You guys have all been excellent tonight. You've been so nice to us. We appreciate it so much. Hopefully, you guys are as excited. Oh yeah, I could play. Oh my god! I just quickly read that comment. I could play it in Shamble Rot. I could have zombies and crabs. That would be amazing.
Well, they're basically zombie crabs.
And then the zombies can eat the bullets for the crabs.
If it's good, like I say, Taliban may well be the way with it, because you can make real stat checks there if you don't do hammer, and you can spread contagion pretty good. Like imagine that and 3 beasts of Nurgle and then some plague bearers, then 3 of them standing behind them, and then probably still have points spare to throw in some Death Shroud or something. Like you might be that stuff. I don't know. There's endless options. I think, but we need to see the points and data sheet. Hopefully, we'll get them for this time next week.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It does, yeah. Let's see what it says. But
I mean,
good,
to be
good
fair,
times.
Red Corsairs have come out quicker than I thought they would. They're out for pre-order
Yes.
this week, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which
Well, whatever
go on.
whatever the gap is between 500 Worlds and this next book is probably going to be the gap before the Defiler,
Like
isn't it?
3
Because I think
weeks.
they're on a regular release schedule now. I think until 11th.
Yeah, so that'd be cool to see. And we haven't even covered the Red Corsair stuff, but we are coming out of time here, so we will sort of cover that at some point. Obviously,
Yeah, we'll do that Eldar
not
and
as
the
relevant,
Defiler rules
yeah.
if they're out next week.
It's not as relevant to us. Obviously, the Defiler is something we can actually use, which is why I'm so excited for it. But yeah, we'll come to it. So as we sort of wrap up here, just want to say again, thank you so much to everyone for tonight. You guys have been absolutely amazing.
Over 150 people almost all night. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Hopefully, you guys are as excited for this thing as we are and what it could potentially mean for our army. And I'm sure if I buy one, I definitely won't be tempted to go and buy some like mutilators and potentially get CSM and potentially end up in a newspaper after Natalie murders me.
I'd be ashamed after you just learned to drive as well.
That would be a shame. She could make it like a car accident, to be fair, actually. So
well, I think she'll want the car, so probably maybe it accidentally rolled over you or something whilst your shoelaces.
Yeah. So when she gets in the passenger seat and I'm walking around the front to get in the driver's seat, it just sets off accidentally and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. And then backed up and then went over me again.
The car was broken. It just kept juddering forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards.
AI, damnable AI.
Just put this speed bump in my driveway.
douche. Oh dear me. But yeah, anything you guys want to add to the end of this one?
Well, if you are going to buy Defiler, obviously Element Games will be stocking them. And if you are going to buy them in the UK using our affiliate link, give us a nice little kickback to the channel, help us keep the lights on. But obviously, if you want to learn how to use the Defiler, get better with the Defiler, where can I go, Dave, to get some help and tips with that?
Well, you can book some one-on-one coaching with our very own Aiden, who is the Death Guard coach for Vanguard Tactics, and you can go to Vanguard Tactics, who are the team we both play for, Aiden and I. You get battle reports. They have an academy that opens up once a year for people who want to learn to play the game more thoroughly. You can check those guys out. You can go and get some dice if you want to roll however many millions of dice are going to come from the weapons of a Defiler by going to a Baron of Dice if you're in the US, and if you're in the UK or Europe or pretty much anywhere else, go to drpstore.com, which also has merchandise for the channel, which you can pick up and wear. Saltire Games is also somewhere if you want to just measure how long and how far away that enemy unit is, and if it's in charge range or if it's in affliction range. They'll have gaming elements that are DRP branded and a kit that they've specially built for us, which you can get your hands on. So I think that probably wraps everything up.
Yeah.
And do want to applaud how good we slid into that there.
That was very well done. That was very well done.
We have forgotten one thing. Do you know what it is?
Go on.
Like, comment, subscribe.
There's actually one extra thing. So I think it's gonna be this Saturday. I'm just gonna get some bits together for it. I will be doing a charity stream where you guys, as the viewers and the members, will basically get to decide my list. We are doing it to raise money. So obviously, if you donate money to it's like a GoFundMe, basically, someone that I know's family member has had their young son has basically incurred a significant brain injury while playing rugby, which is basically going to need medical treatment for quite a while, and has basically put him out of commission for what was essentially his life. He just loved rugby, and now he's basically been told he's likely going to be a good chance you're never going to get to play it again. So imagine if we could never play Warhammer again. So I'm trying to do a bit of a fundraiser to try and get them the money to help them out with their medical bills. On that instance, I'll have all the information up. But
decided where you're going to run the list yet? Have you found
so
an
it's
event?
going to depend. It's going to depend. We're going to go with your idea, Will. So if we can, I'm going to set some goals for the stream. The goals progressively will be me eating cheese. Yes, the cheese is finally happening. Starting, obviously, at something mild and working up to something horrific. But also, we will have a special goal where if we get to a certain amount, instead of taking the silly list to an RTT that we normally do, I will sacrifice potential ranking and points, because it really doesn't matter at the end of the day when there's things like this happening in the world. To take the list instead to Manchester Super Major, which is not this weekend, it's next weekend. So list locking is Sunday. So if we hit a good amount on that, we'll get it all figured out with these guys here. I will, instead of taking it to an RTT, I will take it to a Super Major instead and see how that gets on, because that could get interesting, especially if I manage to go like 4 a month a meme list. That'd be hilarious.
That'd be really funny.
So obviously, keep an eye out for that. And again, if you want to have an input in that, just any donations at all will be more than welcome. Even if it's a quid. Imagine right now if we had 180 people watching tonight and everyone could just donate £1. There's already 180 quid. Like that's more than that's more than most people would ever give. So yeah. So keep your eyes out for that. I'll have more information coming up on the Discord and on the announcements on YouTube soon. Sorry for a bit of a ramble there.
No. It's an important one, and it'll be good. Not only it'll be a good cause, but also these streams, we've done them in the past. They're always really good fun to do. So if you can take part in it, please do.
Do you have a time already in mind, Aiden? Obviously, for the people who are watching now, do you know when you're going to do it?
It'll probably be about this time, so the usual stream time, but on Saturday. So 7 p.m. probably UK time. It'll be in the evening, because I believe I'm going either to a farm shop, or I'm going to Dovestones with Mrs. in the morning.
Actually, can I make a suggestion? Yeah. Saturday is Valentine's Day. Maybe push it to Sunday.
Okay, I could do Sunday, because then I can actually do the list submission live on the stream. Good
suggestion. Also, the Six Nations is on at the same time as playing that. So if you want those rugby fans to really put the money in, you might want to wait until the outcome of England and Scotland.
Great suggestion. Okay, we'll push it to Sunday anyway. Well, good point. So yeah, I look forward to that, guys. Anyway, I'm going to let these guys run for now. They've already given me an extra 10 minutes. So last time it did end very well. The list you made last time was horrifying. So I look forward to what you can create this time. So yeah, for now though, everybody, thank you so much for tuning tonight. Thank you for being as hyped as we are about this Defiler and basically just having an absolute little blast in chat and joining us. So for now, wherever you're around the world, morning, evening, afternoon, night, have the great rest of your day, sleep, whatever it is you're going to do. And yeah, we'll catch you all on the next episode of the Disgusting Resilient podcast. For now, take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and Dave's got a video coming out for you tomorrow. Yep. So look forward to that one. We'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.
In the next one.
In the void, where the warp winds howl, a fleet once noble, now destined to fall. Great wardens stir, betrayal takes shape, Typhon's whispers, sealing their fate. Navigators lost to the shadowed lie, a fleet adrift beneath a darkened sky. The warp's cruel grasp, unyielding and tight, chaos awaits in the endless night. Whispers of power, a pestilent tide, Mortarian's pride, with nowhere to hide. The destroyer plague, a grim ring.
Greg Leon, sorry, didn't miss you there, buddy. Don't worry, coming to save the day right at the end. Thank you for coming to play with me, mate. Really appreciate you. Absolute legend. We're still here. See you later, dude.
His sons by his side, through agony storm, their oaths collide. Grandfather's hand, the pact is sealed, the legion reborn, their fate revealed. cold. In terror shadow their war drums beat. Pestilent warriors, no chance of retreat. Through breach and ruin their banners fly. With death's embrace they'll never die. The lion's gate, where hope was torn. Jagged eyes blade meets the Playborn. Bound by decay, they rise in his name. The death god transformed, never the same. Playborn sons with torment they bled, shambling forth where angels fear to tread. Typhus herald, chaos born, Mortarian's wrath, the plague sworn. In the warp, their legacy thrives, eternal servants where corruption lies. Mortarians fall, Typhus ascends, the death god song, it never ends.